Hello and welcome back to the Flippin' Foxes. I'm Sherry, and today I've taken you out of the garage and into our home. A couple of reasons. I just want to give you a sneak peek into our beautiful 1901 folk Victorian and a little bit of back history, and I'll kind of explain why my husband's back at work. We bought this house almost exactly a year ago. We signed the papers. We moved in right before Christmas, about a week before Christmas. And of course, the weather last year was horrible, so we were moving right in the middle of blizzard season. But we got moved in, and we never really came out and went through the entire house. We left it up to an inspector to go through. And we did a VA loan, so we figured, the VA is super strict on, everything from paint to electrical outlets. So we figured, okay, between the inspector we paid and the VA inspector, or the VA appraiser, that we would be fine. Well, I'm just telling you, don't always trust others. You go and look at the property you're going to be buying. We got a great deal on it. Had we known what it was going to cost us to fix this up, we may have reconsidered, although I don't think I'd want to be in a different house because we really love this house. It is 2-story, as you can see. Like I said, most of the wood is original to early 1900s. They have changed a little bit. They did do some remodeling in the 70s. And luckily we have the owner's son lives behind us, which is actually who we bought the home from. He was selling it after his dad passed away. So we were able to get a little bit of history on the house. The kitchen is updated from the 70s. It's got the drop ceiling, which we hate. But they made such a mess in the ceiling that I'm not sure we can take the drop ceiling out. My husband's still contemplating that one. We were hoping too that the cosmetic, a lot of the cosmetics would be done, or at least a few of the rooms, and unfortunately it just hasn't been the case, because when we moved in we started realizing windows needed sealed. The window, they were horrible. I mean, especially this one, so much cold air was coming in through these windows. So he spent a good month replacing window frame or window panes and sealing them, and that wasn't cheap. But a big majority of our money went below, in the basement. The inspector gave this house a glowing report for its age, which in turn the VA was more than willing to give us the loan. However, as we got in here and started realizing just how bad it was, the plumbing had to be replaced, plumbing lines. The good thing was my husband's done plumbing off and on probably for the last 30 years. So he's done everything himself. We never had anybody come in and help. So, I mean, that saved a lot on the labor expense, but the parts and the fact that we can't get anything local, we have to drive, 35 miles every time we want to go buy something. So there's that expense. Electrical, a lot of the electrical stuff was still from original build. So you're talking the old wiring was still in there, and some of it was just hanging, and so he had to go through and strip it. We had the living room is behind here. The entire living room was not connected. We didn't have any outlets that worked. So he had to he was an electrician in the military, so he was able to do all of that with no problem, but it was very time consuming. And for the longest time, we had a television sitting in this room just up against the wall and one chair, because trying to get furniture here was nearly impossible. We went and ordered it at the furniture store because of the snowstorms, because it was during the worst part of the year. It was taking almost a month and a half to get any furniture. So we lived very, very minimal for quite a while. The worst part of it was the structural. There is a retaining wall that is crumbling So my husband, and the house sags, which I mean is not uncommon in these homes, especially from what we've heard over the last year. And so we actually did call in a professional company to look at it to see if it was something that maybe we could go back either on the inspector or go through insurance. And he said, honestly, it wasn't as bad as we thought. It does have a slight slope, especially in the dining room. If you sit in the chair, you will roll downhill. But, you know, this house is 120, 2 years old. So I guess it's character. But he did shore up, and so our 2-inch slope wound up, now it's maybe at an inch. So he actually got it up, and they said that what he did was perfect. The guy, when he came out, told my husband exactly what to do. He's like, I know it's expensive. He says, and if you don't have it right now, here's what I suggest you do. So he put up all the supporting beams and everything. So it does not creak like it did, although it's 100 and something years old. So yes, it does creak, but nothing like it did when we first moved in. But that took a better part of our time and a lot of our money. So these rooms have not got decorated or anything, and we're going to start working on that because the main stuff is now done. And hence why he had to go back to work, because, you know, we blew through a better part of our nest egg trying to fix the main components of this house. But now that most of that is done, we can actually start decorating. And so I wanted to take you in here. I love this room. I mean, the staircase is probably my favorite feature of this house. So I do have wallpaper I already purchased for this room. It's going to be a really pretty blue and gold color. We can't wait to rip this carpet up and see what's under it. We're a little scared, so carpet may go back on top depending, but I would love to be able to, in a few of these rooms, have the original wood underneath refinished, and because I think it would make it absolutely beautiful. But so now that you got a little back history of our house, I will get on with the main subject. You know, I know this is a reselling channel, but there is more to resellers than just what sold, what we listed. So I wanted to give you kind of a fill into my daily life. And I know everybody's like, oh, don't get too personal. You know, you're with me throughout, you know, the week. So I thought maybe you needed to see a different side of us. And I thought we were going to be interrupted, and we still might. My puppy's over there sound asleep. I had to get him calmed down, and he finally took a nap. So we'll see once we start getting into the actual stuff. When he starts hearing me move things around, he may wake up. So you may get a visitor. But I tried yesterday to do an unboxing video. I had mentioned on my last one that I was going to do an unboxing video from some of our auction purchases. And as you can see, there is a box here. And I started the video yesterday. I had the box open, and then I realized that everything in the box was Christmas ornaments, and they were all the vintage Hallmark keepsake Christmas ornaments. Although, you know, great items, I didn't think you wanted to see ornament after ornament. So, and in the middle of the video, my gimbal decided to shut off. It was dead, and my whole video went sideways. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to try again today. So, and you know, I had a few people reach out to me and tell me that the sound was horrible on my last video, and I do apologize. I am new to this, so I am learning. We bought some microphones. They suck. They echo. I had one person comment that it sounded like I was talking in a barrel, so I left them out today. It's quiet in the house outside of the wind outside, so you may hear the house creak here and there. But I think it's better in here than it is out in the garage. It tends to echo a little bit more. So hopefully the video sound is good, and I do apologize. And any of you viewers who are also YouTubers, if you have any suggestions for microphones, let me know in the comments below. Like I said, I'm new to this and I'm learning, and we thought they got really good reviews, but it didn't matter where I positioned them. They'd rub up against my clothing and then you could hear it. So I need some inexpensive, high quality. I know that usually doesn't go together, but if some of you know of some microphones that aren't too bad, let me know below. And if you haven't noticed, I don't edit much of my videos because I want to keep this raw and personal. And yeah, you may get uhs and ands, as I've said before, and I am getting better. Sometimes my brain doesn't catch up with my mouth or vice versa, but I'm trying. And like I said, I want this to feel a little more personal, not like it's all scripted and edited. I do minimal editing, and partially because if I tried to edit like some of the other YouTubers, you probably wouldn't see a video for 2 weeks. So I figure it's better to get it out there and, you know, hope that you understand sometimes it's not always going to look super professional, because it's really not what I'm going for anyways. So with that, I will open up this and we will see, and I'm going to see, he's still asleep, so he's asleep right behind the camera. But we'll see once I open this. I'm sure he's going to wind up coming over. So if he does, I may have to pause this, and after I let him, you know, say hi to everybody, pause it and put him up. So this is from an auction we got, and I'm hoping, let me see if I can get this more in front of the camera. I'm hoping that this isn't all similar items. If it is, I'll show you a few and then we'll just call it good. I mean, a lot of this video was also just to kind of show you inside my house. And that way, as we start doing the repairs, not the repairs, the room decorations, you can have the before and afters. So this was from an auction that we purchased in Clear Lake, Wisconsin. I can't remember the auction company, and I don't think it's on here. Oh yeah, Solberg Auction. And I just noticed today they have another auction going. And if you're not, I'm gonna reposition myself because, so if you're not real familiar with going through auctions, I know a lot of people stick strictly to garage sales, thrift stores, but we have found in South Dakota, it's much easier. We don't have very many thrift stores, and the ones that we do have are horrible. But we have found that going through the auctions is kind of the way people do estate sales around here. Mainly because I think of the weather, and in part due to the fact that towns are so spread out here. You know, we sit 15 miles between one, 35 miles between another. And yeah, there's little towns in between, but I'm talking little, like 20 people, 40 people. So a lot of people whose families have passed away, this is how they do estate sales. You know, when we were in California, you could hit up an estate sale every couple of blocks and actually go into the house. But in this case, they do them mainly through high bid here. So this one isn't local. As I said, it was out of Wisconsin. So we have a shipping company that basically picks up from 7 of the surrounding states, 7 or 8. It's called Speedy, and they're amazing. So if you're in or around the South Dakota area and you purchase something from an adjoining state, I would get on Speedy and look, because they're way cheaper than trying to ship it UPS or post office. So let's see what we got here. Oh, and this lady, and if you've seen some of my other videos, you've seen some of the Disney stuff. So she was a Disney collector. And it looks like plush. Oh, that's a good size mini. So this is not, looks like it's a lot of plush. Not all Christmas ornaments though. So her legs, she's plush, but they're hard. So she stands up because she actually, oh, her legs turn too. So that is Mini Plush. And Wisconsin. And I haven't had a chance to research, look up comps, so I just opened this with you. So I don't know anything about a lot of these items yet. So once I do some of the researching, do some of the comping, I may pull out a few on some of my other videos, pull them back out and kind of give you maybe a little bit of history. Oh, and you know what? I'm going to start with this one because I think they go together. Oh, it looks like an Easter one. Looks like he's got a little Easter basket full of eggs. So he's about the same. Oh, here comes our guest. Take a break here. Come here, come here. So this is our puppy. Yes, he's a puppy. He's only 5 months old. This is Ace. Ace, look at the camera. Look over there. Over here. Yeah. So he is, like I said, just a little over 5 months old. Well over 50 pounds. So he's going to be a pretty good sized pup. And he's a great dog. Super intelligent, little high strung. Although I have noticed that with Shannon working, he's much calmer. And I think a lot of it is he's moping because Daddy's not home. Where's Daddy? Yeah, see, he's not here. So you can see he's got one blue, and it was really blue when he was a puppy. It's kind of gotten more of a bluish white now, but that comes from the husky in him. He's part husky, and then he's part cow dog. And if you're not familiar with cow dog, they are working dogs. So they're like herding cattle. And they were bred. They're four different breeds, I believe, that they bred together in order to create the ultimate working animal. So he's got, trying to remember, he's got Kelpie in him, Australian Shepherd, Border Collie, and Queensland Heeler, and which makes them so intelligent and easy to work with. I mean, when we got him little, he wasn't even quite 6 weeks old yet. And he's pretty much grown up here, but he's a great dog, great companion. And now I'm going to be covered in dog hair, so try not to look at that on the video. But so his mama was purebred husky. Beautiful dog. We still are in contact with the original breeders. And I say breeders, they're not really breeders, but they're the mama pup, or the mama dog. She was, like I said, purebred. The daddy was the neighborhood working dog, and he worked it because he wound up he was born in June, so so like April, May, he got out and got 3 separate dogs pregnant. And he has, I believe he was a litter of like 6 or 7. And it's really cool because she has a Facebook page with all the pups in them. So we can keep tabs on them. A lot of them are still in the South Dakota area, and they do get together from time to time so that they can see each other. So I'll try to do the video with him here, but if not, I may have to pause it and put him up. Okay, so this, no. So this looks like a Wisconsin Stuffins is what it says. And then the next one is, and it doesn't look like there's a ton in here because some of these are pretty good size, and he's losing his drawers. These are older, so yeah, I'll have to put that in the listing. They do kind of fall down, but, and he looks like he is, oh, he has a cassette. I'll have to check that. So I'll have to get some batteries and put in it and see if it works, but it actually has a cassette. So he talks. Obviously not while he keeps his drawers up. So it's a pretty good size one. And it looks like, yeah, like I said, it looks, oh, this is really cool. So there's Minnie. And that looks, well, I might be able to get this on. I don't know if it would get shipped before, and make it there before Thanksgiving, but it's a Pilgrim. So it's Pilgrim Minnie. It's pretty cool. Let's see. Oh, and another, my goodness. And like I said, I have no idea what this is in these because my husband does all of this. So this looks like a Valentine's Day one. So I'm definitely going to have to do some comping on these. I have no idea what they're going for. And when I say she was a Disney collector, that's an understatement. I think there was over 200 and something lots in this. And almost every one of them had Mickey things in them. Yeah, he's cute. This is I think it says Hallmark. Yeah, it's really hard for me to see the joys of getting old. My contacts were changed and I lost all of my up close vision. I can see great up close without my contacts on. So my husband laughs at me because I say, I can't see it, I have my contacts on. I can see far away, but now I can't see up close, but I think it says Hallmark on it. I'm not positive. So there's that one. And then it looks like, I think they are, I don't know if I'll sell these or not because they look kind of worn, but they look like placemats. Disney placemats. I don't know. Let me know what you think down below if you think they would sell or not. They're a little worn and stained, so I don't know that I'm actually going to sell these. These may wind up getting, I may give those to the thrift store. It's another plush. And like I said, a lot of these things, if I have to redonate, it's not a big deal because this was probably a whole lot that we paid for. So you may wind up getting the lot for 10, 15 bucks and you get all of this. So if you have to donate a few items, this is a golf, it's like a golf club cover. A Pluto, that will probably sell pretty well. Golf club covers, especially when they're a certain theme, do really good. Pluto, right? No, Goofy. I'm sorry, that's Goofy. That's what happens when your kids are in their, 20s to 30s. You forget all the Disney characters, except of course Mickey and Minnie. Christmas one, yeah, I definitely need to get these listed. So I'm gonna start putting some of these back in the box. I think these are more, this is a table runner. That one doesn't look like it's in too bad a shape. It's not stained or anything, so I may be able to do that one. I think this is another one. They need lint rolled and stuff because they're a little bit dry. I may throw them in the washing machine and see how they do. And if they wind up not washing real well, just donate them. And it looks like that's it. So you guys got a little more than Christmas ornaments today, but so this was the last box that we had from this auction. We wound up with 4. And I think the whole auction, we maybe spent a little over a couple $100 on it. And, the amount of Christmas ornaments, I probably had 40, 50 Christmas ornaments in the box I opened yesterday. And they're probably not going to go for a ton, but even if I can get between $10 and $12, that's going to pay for our whole purchase. So that is, I'm going to push that out of the way. Hey, he did pretty good. Come over here, sugar. Come here. So, here, sit down. Sit down. Okay. Sorry. Like I said, this is real life, and these are how my videos are going to be. So if it's too not specific for, if you want something that's specifically reselling and I don't talk about other things, then you're probably not on the right channel. But if you want to just see our daily life and how things go, then we'll be here. He's done pretty good. I didn't actually have to put him up because I'm gonna probably say goodbye and get started listing. If you want to check out our store, it'll be listed below in the description, and I would really appreciate if you would like and subscribe because that helps push us out there, and we are gaining followers, which I do really appreciate. It makes it, just like eBay, when you don't sell anything, it makes the motivation really hard to continue to list. I'm still doing it, but it's the same on here. It takes a lot to do these videos. I spent, you don't even want to know how much time I spent yesterday trying to do the video, and then it wound up being a dud. So I thought we would try again today. But if you want to continue to see more of these videos, please, like I said, like and subscribe, and we will put more out there for you. I will see you next time, and have a great day.